going down here?
Good morning, fellas. I wanted to get hold of uniforms. This is the day the electricians are going to start working on the elevators. As you must have known for a long time, we've been planning on putting in automatic. I hope you made plans. Take the day off. See the girl, she'll give you your paycheck. And, I'm sorry. Good luck.
Well, we can't say we weren't warned.
Oh, that's what I call a work day. You're in at 7, out at 7:30.
Plans. He said, I hope you've made plans. I don't know where my head was. I just let it sneak up on me.
I don't know. I think we're pretty lucky.
Lucky?
Yeah. Could have happened after the baseball season. Hey, how about relaxing and taking in a ball game, huh?
I'll relax when I take in a new job.
Well, where are you going to go now?
I'm going to start looking.
Can I come along?
I thought you weren't in any rush.
Yeah, but I kind of got used to looking at you all day long. So, you collect unemployment till you find something.
Looks like there won't be too many more jobs. Looks like a lot of other guys are looking, too. Listen, Tim. Well, maybe we ought to start looking for something separately, huh?
Why? We were going to find something together.
Well, maybe some places wouldn't hire but one guy.
So, you need it, you take the first one.
Well, maybe some places wouldn't hire either of us if they see us together.
Ah, nobody's like that anymore.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I wouldn't work in a place like that anyway.
When your money hits bottom, you'll work anywhere, period.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. Huh?
I think we'd better look separately. I'll see you.
Let's get together real soon, huh?
Okay, Yogi Berra.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Tim. What are you doing home from work so early? Let's go for a walk, huh? How come you're not at work? They let me off early. Wow. And they don't give you any homework either, do they? No homework. You can go to all the movies you wanna. Oh, yeah. Movies, dancing, bowling. And movies. Downtown movies, not these things over here. Hey, you wanna go downtown to a movie? You mean it? Sure, why not? Let's go.
Why don't you order your own piece of pie?
I'm on a diet. Why so glum, William?
Well, I guess things are gonna be pretty tight with me for a while. Seems like you can't even get a Negro job anymore.
What's a Negro job?
A Negro job, Bernice, is where you're going no place and nobody cares if you're smart or stupid. And even those jobs are going out of style.
Well, good riddance. And you get yourself something better than that.
Like what?
Well, don't ask me like what. Like a lot of things. You got a good high school education, find something.
Find something, she says. Like what? I'm not trained for anything.
Well, then go with a company who will train you on the job.
Sure. They're gonna fall all over themselves to train me.
What, are you blind or something? Where do you pick me up every day at the end of the day?
At the electronics plant.
Now, let's just stick to the subject, okay? There are a lot of men working there.
With my face?
Well, I admit you're not too good looking, but that shouldn't stand in your way.
Thanks a lot.
Look, William, they're not looking at what your face looks like. They're looking at what you can do. Now, there are millions of companies, I bet, who are just dying to find a good man.
Yeah? Well, what's a good man?
You're a good man, William.
I'd like to speak to Tim, please.
He's not home yet.
William Hooks. Would you please tell him that my girlfriend knows where there's some jobs, and I'm going down first thing in the morning to apply. Would you ask him if he'd like to meet me at 7 o'clock?
Well, Tim already has a job. He'll be working at 7 a.m.
Has Timothy been fired?
No, sir. No, sir. We got laid off.
Tim got home early and took me downtown to see a movie. It was great.
You eat your supper and then go do your homework.
Homework's a drag. I'd rather watch TV or go to a movie or go bowling or something like that.
You go wash your hands. Tim, I don't want you encouraging him to quit high school before graduating the way you did.
I'm not encouraging him.
When you take him downtown and show him what a big shot you are, you're encouraging him. The truth is, one of these days you won't be able to buy yourself a new pair of shoes. I want him to graduate from high school and amount to something.
Don't worry. I'll amount to something.
So they let you off early today, huh?
Yes, sir.
How come?
Some kind of holiday, I guess.
Well, now, I have a message for you from William.
Hey, am I late?
No, you got plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Boy, did you fix me with my father.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm sorry.
Oh, forget it. Let's go inside and get some jobs.
Right.
Good morning. May I help you?
Yes. Do we get applications for jobs here?
Yes, you do. What kind of job are you looking for?
Well, a job where I can start to learn the electronics business.
Would you fill out this form and return it to me, please? May I help you?
I want the same thing as him.
Would you fill out this form, the front and the back, and return it to me, please?
Thank you.
What's that stand for?
Social Security number.
Oh. What's that?
Physical limitations, defects. You don't have any.
What do you mean?
You don't have any physical limitations. You got your arms and your legs.
Oh.
Good morning, gentlemen. This first part of a set of tests contains 30 questions. We don't expect you to do all of them. Do as many as you can in exactly 15 minutes.
Mr. William Hooks?
Yes.
Hello, William. My name is Ed Stone.
How do you do, sir?
Why don't you come into my office?
Sure.
Sit down, William. William, I have your test report here. You did fairly well, particularly in displaying your knowledge of English and math. However, in some of the other items we looked at, such as electricity and mechanical knowledge, you didn't do as well as we would expect. But you do have a high school diploma, and we feel that you would develop further on the job, so we have a starting position for you. It's a building service job.
Exactly what is this job?
Well, in building service, our employees clean the floors, wash windows, move the furniture, change bulbs, maintain our electrical equipment.
Sweep floors.
Yes, that would be involved in the job, too, but it's a job that you can advance from. You see, in our company, building service is just a starting job. Many of our building service employees study further so they can advance to higher-paying jobs in the business.
Well, it's not exactly the kind of job I was looking for. I try to stay away from these kind of jobs when I come to the big offices. No, Mr. Stone, I'm afraid not.
But, William, you don't understand it.
Listen, I've had it with this place. I'll wait for you, huh?
Where are you going?
They only want me to sweep floors here. I'll see you.
Mr. Timothy Mackenzie. Hello, Tim. My name is Ed Stone. Would you come into my office, please? Tim, you've taken our tests, and you've done very well for someone who's had 2 years of high school. But you haven't done quite as well as we normally expect from new employees. We have some basic requirements here, such as a high school diploma and the ability to achieve a reasonable score on our tests.
Why is a high school diploma so important?
Well, we, like most companies these days, are looking for men who have the ability to go on to bigger jobs in our business, and a high school diploma is about the only way we know of finding out whether a man has the necessary learning ability. You see, we're introducing more and more intricate things in our business every day, and we have a lot of classroom training to make men ready to go on to bigger jobs. So you see, most companies need men who have shown the ability and the willingness and the desire to learn new things.
I don't understand. I thought you had a floor sweeper's job open.
Yes, we do have a building service job, but that's only a starting job here. Most of our employees, we expect to go on to bigger and better things as time goes on. Tim, if I were you, I'd go back to high school and get my diploma. Just judging from your marks on our test, you could do something here.
My friend who just rushed out of here has a high school diploma.
Your friend, I'm afraid, has the wrong idea. I tell you, if you could get to him and convince him to come back to see us, we do have a future here for him.
Look, I'm sorry I spoke to you like that. It wasn't your fault.
Well, the man said you had the wrong idea.
You talked to him about me?
Yeah.
You shouldn't. Did you get the job?
No.
You see, you shouldn't have spoken about me.
That's not why. He told me that after he said there was nothing for me.
You mean he didn't even offer to make you a sweeper? Yeah, that figures.
What figures?
You're white.
He didn't because I haven't got a high school diploma.
Who told you that?
He said they move you up.
Oh, sure.
And they don't want to hire some guy who's just going to stay a sweeper. Well, why wouldn't they take me? I mean, they don't need me to read floors, just to sweep them.
Why don't you go back to high school?
Maybe you ought to go back and take that job.
Not me, brother.
High school? I don't know.
I think he was right.
I am not taking that floor sweeper's job. You want me to sweep floors?
Well, he said you'd work yourself up to a better job.
I'm good enough now for a better job. You want to marry a floor sweeper?
I'd marry a man who's not ashamed to do the right thing at the right time.
Well, how do you know what the right thing is?
Well, isn't this the bitter end? Just where do you think you were going on that elevator? Up and down and finally landed out in the street. At least this way, you know you can get somewhere. And if you'd use your eyes, you'd know that it's not just a line.
Will you stop nagging me?
Will you stop putting yourself in a position to be nagged?
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Pat? Yeah? I've been thinking. Yeah? I want to ask you a question. Shoot. What do you think? The kids laugh at me if I went back to high school? I never saw anybody your age in high school. Yeah.
My name is William Hooks.
Yes, I remember you.
Well, a few weeks ago, you offered me a job with a company, and I kind of rushed off, but I've been thinking about it, and I'd like to take the job if it's still available.
Yes, William, the job is still available. I'm certainly glad you came back. I want to wish you lots of luck.
Thank you very much, sir.
William, how'd you know I was working down here?
Bloodhounds. What's a good word?
Well, you know me. I've been meaning to look you up, but, you know.
Yeah, I know you.
So, you still at the company?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Still grinding away.
Working pretty hard. How's this job?
Oh, it's a snap.
Done anything about catching up on your schooling?
Well, I've been thinking about that.
So?
I think I'm too old for that stuff.
My girlfriend knows some people that are doing it. She says you're not too old to go to night school.
You ask her if I'm too stupid?
You're not stupid, Tim.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. But honestly, I just don't know much.
So learn.
And have a lot of people laugh at me for goofing it.
They don't do that. Why don't you give them a chance?
Okay, maybe I will.
Don't say maybe, say I will.
All right, all right. I will. Now, look, I gotta go inside.
Well, listen, why don't I wait for you to get off, and then we'll go up and pick up Bernice and take you out to get registered.
Well, I got a date tonight.
Well, then we'll do it tomorrow.
No, I can't tomorrow.
All right, day after tomorrow.
No, Now, look, don't rush me, will you?
All right, no rush. We'll do it next Monday.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'll come by and pick you up, all right?
No. I'll call you.
No, I can stop by and pick you up.
Now, look, I just want a little time to think about it, okay?
All right, great. You think about it. Next Monday, we'll take you down and get you set.
Say, what is all this? Who put you up to this, my folks?
No,
Well, why do you keep pushing me?
because I feel you need a push.
Well, who gives you the right to give me a push?
Because I'm your friend.
Well, I don't need a friend.
Oh, good morning, Will.
Good morning, sir.
We have received the result of your test, and I'm happy to inform you that you passed. Are you still interested in one of our more skilled jobs, which pays better?
Oh, yes, I am, sir.
Good. You can start school on Monday at 8 in the morning.
Thank you, sir.
Lots of luck.
Now notice that the 40-volt drop added to the 60-volt drop would give us a total of 100 volts from end to end, which is equal to the applied voltage. Thus, we can conclude that the sum of the voltage drops will always be equal to the applied voltage. Writing this in equation form, we may say V1 plus V2 is equal to EB. Therefore, make a good soldering connection.
Right.
Keeping the wire still will prevent the wire from making a cold solder joint to the tie lug. We will continue this on the connections which we want to make to the socket and make another solder joint there. It's usually a little bit easier going to the other point because this side is already tied down. We don't have to worry too much about movement of the solder joint to give us that cold solder joint. Any cold solder joint in a circuit will give us a high resistance path in the electrical field and therefore give us usually malfunctions in circuits and so on.
Here's the schematic diagram. What we're going to do right now is to trigger this blocking oscillator and lock its frequency with a 60-cycle sine wave audio oscillator. The oscilloscope, if you look at it, will show you the wave shape right from this audio oscillator. We're going to use the very positive peaks of these signals to trigger off the blocking oscillator. That is the positive top of the signal, very positive peak, driving this grid positive will drive the tube into conduction.
Tim!
Hi.
Well, come on in. Good to see you.
Thanks.
Bernice, this is Tim.
I guessed, as soon as you mentioned his name. I'm awfully glad to meet you.
Well, it's nice to meet you, too.
Sit down, Tim.
Listen, I wanted to apologize about walking away from you like that a few weeks ago.
I'm very glad you came. Hey, how have you been?
Okay, I guess.
Well, what do you mean, you guess?
I've been laid off again.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, I don't know if I'm sorry. That job wasn't doing me much good anyway. Besides, if I decided to get married, how could I manage to stay married and raise a family?
I thought you were always out for a good time.
Well, I've been thinking, maybe getting married someday will be a good time.
Repeat that again, please. Loud and clear.
I got the message very clearly.
Say, didn't you say that Bernice knows a lot about night schools?
Oh, she's an authority. As a matter of fact, she's doing volunteer work at one of them right now. Tell him about it, Bernice.
You just did.
Well, tell him again.
I'm doing volunteer work at one of them right now.
You think I could get through it okay?
Think? We know it. Just listen to Bernice. Talk to the man, honey.
Well, shut up and let me, will you?
Listen, that's no way to talk to a man who's got one foot on the ladder of success.
I'm Mr. Geller.
Hello, Miss Allen. How are you?
I brought you a new student, Tim McKenzie.
Hello, Tim. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Interested in coming into our program?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to get some information from you if I can.
Okay.
Tim, how many years of high school have you had before you dropped out of school?
I had 2 years.
And how old are you now?
I'm 20.
In what way do you think we can help you?
Well, I'd like to learn to read a lot better. I'd like to learn math, too. Guess I'd just like a high school diploma.
Right. Are you free in the evenings? Could you come to tutoring in the evenings 2 nights a week?
Oh, sure.
Fine. I think we can provide the services for tutoring, and I think that we could help you to get your high school equivalency diploma.
That's great. The Little League baseball game that would decide which team would become the city
Champion.
This is just the beginning. Both Tim and William have taken the first steps toward the road ahead. Their futures look brighter because of their own efforts and the interests of society in them. I am Whitney Young, Executive Director of the National Urban League. The Urban League believes that every American should have an equal chance for a good education, a good job, a decent house, and a healthy life. If you have left high school before graduation, it isn't too late. Go back to your favorite teacher and have a talk. Go to one of the agencies in your community interested in young people, such as the Urban League. You can find out how to get a high school diploma. Then you will be on the right road, the road ahead.
And the here.
Empire.
Had just called the second out for the Green Sox. The
Spectators.
The spectators were yelling their heads off in